Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. I see that still some people are coming in. Please come in and take a seat. But good afternoon. Welcome in Ottoworld. And today is a celebration because we will celebrate that we will repower the EU with hydrogen valleys. And also, we celebrate the so many beautiful innovations that we see here, just in front of the meeting room, but also outside in front of the Ottoworld.
Yes, so it's really, really great to see so many of you, and I can see that you're as excited as Bart and I are to be here this afternoon in this wonderful place. Let me just introduce Bart Biebuik for the ones who do not know Bart Biebuik yet. But we are so happy to be here because Frans Timmermans said that hydrogen is the rock star of the energy transition. And Bart Biebuik, ladies and gentlemen, is the rock star of the Clean Hydrogen Partnership. So let's hear it for Bart Biebuik co-moderating today.
That's too much. That's too much. But thank you, Rosalinde. And by the way, I have to also introduce you. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Rosalinde van der Vlies. She's the director of the Clean Planet. She will make sure that this planet will be clean. And she's in part of the Research and Innovation Directorate. And today we will moderate this session the whole afternoon together.
Yeah, exactly. And we have a really exciting afternoon for you. So we will start first with the official opening of the event, where we have a very nice, inspirational, high-level speakers for you lined up here.
Indeed, and that will be followed with a panel debate. And I can tell you, we have fantastic speakers in that panel debate. Stay here. Don't run away. I know it's tempting, but don't run away.
Exactly, Bart. And then afterwards, there's still no reason to run away, because then we will have a signing ceremony of a declaration on hydrogen valleys, and we will tell more about this later on.
And that will be followed, because it's very important that the message not stay only here in this room, but that this message is going out and to the rest of Europe. And for that, it will be followed by a press briefing. And in the press briefing, there they will be able to ask everything about hydrogen valleys that you were a bit afraid to ask before.
Okay, that sounds pretty exciting there. Okay, I think after this press briefing, then together we will be descending into the valleys, as we called it in the program. And this means that there's an opportunity to visit all these amazing showcases of innovative solutions of hydrogen valleys. And I think then that's the end of the event.
Oh, no. You forget something extremely important. And I think most of the people came actually for that. But they don't want to say, they will not say that. But we have actually the reception afterwards at 5 o'clock. Don't forget that.
You're right, Bart, indeed. 5 o'clock reception. Okay, let's get it started, because this is a wonderful event, so let's get it started.
Absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, it's my great honor to call on stage the Commissioner for Research and Innovation, of course, but also for youth, for culture, and for sports. Mrs. Commissioner Gabriel, Mariya Gabriel, please come on stage. Thank you very much.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break.
Thank you very much, dear Bart. Thank you very much, dear Rosalinde. Ladies and gentlemen, dear governmental representatives, dear representatives of the European regions, dear members of the European Parliament, dear representatives of industry, of academic and research organizations, of research and innovation community, dear friends of empowering the European Union with hydrogen valleys. Let me start by welcoming you. It means a lot to me to have such a committed audience representing so many areas of the future hydrogen society and economy. And it is reassuring and a great pleasure to see you so numerous. Please accept my most warm and sincere thank you. Now, one question first is coming to my mind. Why is hydrogen so important? Important for our researchers, for our innovators, for our industry, for our regions, for our citizens. It is mostly because we need to act, and to act fast, to reach our ambitious goal to make Europe the first climate-neutral continent by 2050. And we are conscious that this goal is hard to achieve, and the challenges we face now and in the coming decades are complex. Pursuing a green, competitive, and net-zero economy implies structural socio-economic changes. The geopolitical challenges and the necessity for more autonomy and sustainability in the energy sector increase the pressure on us. But we must overcome it together. More than ever, Europe must stay united to drive a human-centric, socio-economic transformation affecting all sectors of our economy. And hydrogen plays a key role for our open strategic autonomy. We must accelerate our path towards a new hydrogen economy, avoid fragmented developments. We must avoid sectoral or geographical islands by fostering an education, research and innovation hydrogen union. And I see in this context a fundamental role for hydrogen valleys, not as an abstract concept, but as the best vehicle to connect the dots. Because hydrogen valleys complement, deploy, and unleash. Hydrogen valleys complement isolated sectorial approaches by connecting different parts of the hydrogen life cycle. Deploy a true pan-European dimension in regional hydrogen valleys, and unleash an enormous cooperation potential between public and private partners in research, innovation, and education context. But let me briefly describe what I mean by connecting the dots and why hydrogen valleys play a key role. First, by connecting the emerging hydrogen value chains from production to multi-sectoral usage. Hydrogen valleys are the places where the future competitive value chains get started, bringing together production, storage, distribution, and end use into functioning and sustainable local or regional value chains. They create ecosystems where research and innovation can be tested in real time and find immediate use, leading to advances in the hydrogen sector. Through Horizon Europe program, we support the development of open innovation test beds on hydrogen production to help innovators and SMEs test and improve their technologies to facilitate access to the market. And I see here another direct link with our new European innovation agenda, where the second pillar, it's about this necessity for companies, innovators, researchers to experiment, to have experimentation spaces. And I would like really to invite you to use these different opportunities in order to show that when we talk about innovation, we can talk about flexibility, and we can talk about security, not only about regulation. Secondly, by connecting the actions on education and skills with those on research and innovation. Maybe that seems a surprise for some, but it's so important to invest in our talents, because we can have extraordinary targets and ambitions, but without the people with the necessary skills, competencies, without reskilling and upskilling, it will be impossible to achieve these ambitions. That's why, of course, we have Erasmus Plus program, and we already have good project with 4 million euros. We are supporting an initiative to select 19 core jobs for the hydrogen industry and define the requirements for their curriculum. To further strengthen the skills agenda, the Clean Hydrogen Partnership will support a European Hydrogen Academy. And here, I would like to underline the link and the importance with our Deep Tech Talent Initiative, again in the context of the new European Innovation Agenda. clear ambition, by 25, 1 million deep tech talent. I can't imagine that people with skills in the hydrogen will be not part of this ambitious initiative. And now, what is the challenge? It's good to have different initiatives, but the challenge is to continue strengthening the path, exploring Horizon Europe's synergies with other programs such as Erasmus+, or what we are doing with the EIT, our European Institute of Innovation and Technology. Thirdly, by connecting public and private actors, academy, research, organizations, and industry. Horizon Europe, again, our dear framework program for research and innovation, supports that what was already said, the clean hydrogen joint undertaking, with 1 billion euro matched by the same amount from industry, research partners, and member states. And it's true that we already have several hydrogen valleys across Europe, but we need more dots to connect. In the context of REPowerEU, we have decided to add 200 million euros and revised our targets to double the number of hydrogen valleys across Europe by 2025. It's tomorrow. When we'll have the dots in our European map, the next challenge will be to connect them and build the infrastructure that will underpin our European research and innovation education hydrogen union. Fourthly, by connecting local, regional, and national strategies and public and private investments, promoting research, innovation, and education ecosystems. Many European regions have policies for decarbonizing important sectors and are managing the European structural and investment funds, especially the European Regional Development Fund. They play a key role in the rollout of hydrogen valleys in terms of economic development, financing and skills, and by involving the citizens in their hydrogen project. Hydrogen valleys are a strong instrument to showcase how the European Union hydrogen economy works at the local level for citizens. And to accelerate this game-changing path, we need to align investments in research and innovation at regional and national levels. The revamp of our Strategic Energy Technology Plan, the SET plan, represents an opportunity to further enhance the coordination and cooperation with member states on hydrogen. And finally, the fifth aspect is, of course, connecting Europe to the world, since ours is a challenge of open strategic autonomy for which we need to foster trust with global partners. In this context, I welcome the international efforts done through Mission Innovation's Clean Hydrogen Chapter in synergy with the Clean Energy Ministerial Hydrogen Initiative to build a global clean hydrogen economy in which hydrogen valleys will play again a central role. We need this courageous approach to lead this economic transformation with more Europe and more peace at the center of our global progress. We must use these transformations to address inequalities and to see how we can preserve the intergenerational approach. But now, we need to pass the phase of establishing ambitious targets to a phase of urgent implementation, where education and new competencies, research and innovation play a crucial role. I will have the pleasure to sign the joint declaration on hydrogen valleys, moving the hydrogen economy from niche to scale. That will be my plea to you, all stakeholders. Let's transform this declaration into our key moment, marking the beginning of effective co-creation towards this European Research, Innovation and Education Hydrogen Union. For Europe to remain a global and inspiring leader, we need to step up and accelerate our joint actions in the following areas: reinforcing the research and innovation agenda, promoting knowledge sharing and partner matchmaking to accelerate successful development of new projects, strengthening cooperation between the Clean Hydrogen Joint Undertaking and other European public-private partnerships and missions and the European Institute of Innovation and Technology. Fourth, stimulating the development of education and training for skills, building on the existing initiatives across the EU. And finally, reaffirming Europe's role in the global cooperation on hydrogen valleys, notably through mission innovation. Yes, we should be encouraged by our history, by our capacity to stay united and overcome big obstacles. So I simply ask your support to develop a roadmap on hydrogen valleys as soon as possible to accelerate and deliver. We have urgency in spearheading the development of hydrogen valleys as stepping stones to incubate and grow a European and by extension global hydrogen economy. Allow me to conclude by thanking the Clean Hydrogen Partnership. Thank you, Bart, for the incredible work you have been doing as leader of the joint undertaking. I would like to say a big thank you to Hydrogen Europe and Hydrogen Europe Research. Thank you to Automobile Club de l'Ouest and all companies and research organizations that helped mounting such a great exhibition, showing that, yes, we are ready to the challenging times ahead. And finally, you will allow me this more personal note, a big thanks to my Commission colleagues, dear Rosalinde and dear Paula. Thank you very much to you and to your teams for the many hours of efforts to make this event possible. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Commissioner, for these really great and inspiring words. And yes, we will make it happen, these hydrogen valleys. So now we move on to the next speaker, and I would like to call on stage Mrs. Anna BERAMENDI. She is the Counsellor for Research and Space at the Swedish Permanent Representation to the European Union. Mrs. Anna, please come on stage. Thank you.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say.
Thank you very much, dear Commissioner, dear colleagues. Thank you for organizing this event on the important topic of innovative hydrogen solutions for a sustainable economy, especially in the context of the green and digital transformations. In the end, this would be for the benefit of society and our lives. Speeding up green transformation and strengthening the EU's competitiveness for the jobs of the future are two of the main political priorities of the Swedish EU presidency. The green transformation provides a great opportunity for European industry, and to enable it, we need research and innovation. In periods of industrial and technological transition, early movers have a competitive edge. European companies and industries are already leading this transition. Joint European steps towards independence from fossil fuels are necessary not only for a greener future, but for our security as well. European companies that provide green solutions will be in high global demand and can help drive the transition towards a circular economy. A resource-efficient, fossil-free future will require major investments in innovative industries that can translate the best ideas and innovations into functional solutions. We need to provide the right regulatory framework and policies to attract these investments. The development and use of fossil-free hydrogen will be of great importance for the transition to a carbon-neutral society and also have a major impact on the future electricity needs in Europe. Fossil-free hydrogen will play a major role in the transition of the industry sector, excuse me, for example, for the production of fossil-free steel. We need to be able to use all available fossil-free energy sources, including nuclear, as well as sustainable biofuels and biogas to produce hydrogen to meet our future demand. With that in mind, the Swedish presidency welcomes the Commission initiative on hydrogen valleys, and I look much forward to take part of the outcomes of today's exciting and interesting program. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Anna. And now it's my great pleasure to call on stage Mrs. Melissa VERYKIOS. Melissa is the chair of the governing board of the Clean Hydrogen Partnership, and she's also deputy CEO of Helbio, which is a Greek SME very active in the field of hydrogen. Melissa, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Rosalinde. Always a kind introduction. Dear Commissioner Gabriel, thank you for hosting this grand event, for gathering us all here in Brussels to share firsthand the truly impressive progress we're making on the development of hydrogen valleys in Europe. To see and to touch innovative hydrogen technologies, many of which are a direct result on investment into research and innovation structured by the Clean Hydrogen Partnership. Distinguished speakers and guests, it's my great pleasure to say a few words today as the chair of the governing board of the Clean Hydrogen Partnership. And I must address this at the very top. Not too long ago, only a few true enthusiasts saw the potential of hydrogen to decarbonize our industry, transport, and energy sectors. Thanks to their vision, their efforts and investments from the private-public partnership, it's now perfectly clear that hydrogen is part of the solution, not only for reaching our climate goals, but to ensure energy security and industrial competitiveness. The Clean Hydrogen Partnership has invested over 2 billion euros in technologies across the entire hydrogen value chain, from production to end use, developing the entire hydrogen ecosystem along the way. In doing so, supporting and underpinning hydrogen valleys is of particular importance. These projects can create hydrogen ecosystems for research and innovation to be tested in real time and to find immediate use, speeding up the entire pace of development of the energy sector. Thanks to the additional 200 million euros invested by REPowerEU, exclusively for hydrogen valleys, the Clean Hydrogen Partnership will be able to double the number of valleys, bringing the EU closer to achieving the goal of 100 hydrogen valleys globally by 2030 that Mission Innovation has set. Hydrogen valleys are unique and complex projects. They gather a wide range of stakeholders working together to demonstrate the viability of hydrogen-fueled applications for many of the challenges we face in phasing out fossil fuels. They rely heavily on the support of local and regional governments, which often complement the support by acting as off-takers of hydrogen technologies, bringing them closer to us, the people, to directly experience how hydrogen can improve our daily lives. From providing cleaner public transport to safeguarding jobs and to creating new jobs. This is why a continued commitment from our partners is integral for hydrogen valleys. We need the vision of the European Commission, Hydrogen Europe Research, and that of the European regions for the viability of our valleys. We need to continue investment in research and innovation and to encourage an exchange of best practices to accelerate the development of those projects and to work on a number of other private-public partnerships in EU funding programs to maximize all available support for green technologies. And we will soon be in the position to start looking beyond our partnership. With more hydrogen valleys popping up across the EU, there will be need for additional investment into hydrogen infrastructure to interconnect them. There's a unanimity of purpose for the needs to prepare the European workforce for the scale-up of the hydrogen economy, and to embrace this education that we need to acquire to transform the European energy profile. The success in this area will not only elevate European competitiveness, but will structure the general acceptance of hydrogen technologies. Looking towards 2030, which is just around the corner, it's safe to say that now, more than ever, the cooperation between private and public stakeholders on hydrogen valleys is key to make hydrogen a European success for the benefit of all of us, all European citizens. I wish you all a very successful and fruitful event. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Melissa. Yeah, I'm so blessed with such a very nice chair of my governing board. So, the next person I will call on stage is actually, I don't think he's, I have to introduce you actually. I think everybody knows you already in Europe. But for those who doesn't know you, the next person on stage I would like to call Jorgo CHATZIMARKAKIS. He's a pioneer in hydrogen. He was also a former MEP, but now today he's the CEO of Hydrogen Europe, representing more than 400 industries. So Jorgo, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Many thanks. I would first of all like to start with a Bulgarian word, and I want you all to say this word in the end of this presentation, and I address it to you. It's blagodaria. Blagodaria is thank you, because you, Commissioner Gabriel, you took the courage, despite the fact that you are DG RTD, research, to take 200 million to put it into implementation. You yourself said it. It's from niche to scale, and we are exactly in that difficult situation that we were in a niche before, Melissa said it, but now all eyes are on us. All eyes are on hydrogen, and they expect now 10 million tons of domestic production in 2030. And this is so difficult to do because we were not prepared for that. We were prepared for smaller projects. We were prepared for bringing different sectors together. Outside you see fantastic projects, fantastic products of the work of Bart and your predecessors, and basically also the courage of you, Commissioner Gabriel, and your predecessors, because we put together some money to put it into innovative things, to research, but to innovative things, and to scale them up. And now we need to scale them up very, very fast. Do you know how difficult it is to bring these projects together? We have here in the room Pierre-Etienne Franck. He was the president of Hydrogen Europe for many, many years. He just told me, because he runs the biggest fund, the biggest private fund on hydrogen projects, how difficult it is to create this trust now in this situation. Despite the situation Europe is in, pressure, war, but yet we need to do it. And this is why we have to say it again, because you all will say it in the end here, blagodaria, because it is super, super important to do it in a geography where you have an oversight, where you can manage this process in a valley, in a regional context. And this is what we put now together very, very fast. I just have to say we are ourselves very grateful that you took this step, that you brought us all together, because this is the starting point of immediate action. That's what we need now. No time to lose. And I can tell you, we in Europe, we always think we are the best and we are ahead, and we are, yes, we still are. But the time is running, and we have suddenly seen that hydrogen outside of Europe has become so attractive that it has become a geostrategic issue. Let alone China for the moment. US is putting big pressure on us, which is good on one hand, because we have to accelerate, and you did. But on the other hand, the pressure is so big that we might not be ahead of everything after that exercise. That is why we are grateful. Research is putting money into knowledge. And that's what we still do. Innovation is making money out of this knowledge. This is where we need to come very, very fast. And I'm very happy about your aspect to put it all over Europe, not in the usual suspect regions, but all over Europe. And this is so important. I say the word again, and then please, all of you, blagodaria. Blagodaria. Many thanks.
Hartelijk dank, Jorgo, for these really inspiring words. And now it's my big pleasure to ask Luigi CREMA to join us on the stage. Luigi is the president of Hydrogen Europe Research and also director of the Bruno Kessler Sustainable Energy Center.
Sunshine, she's here. You can take a break.
Thank you, Rosalinde, for the kind introduction. Dear Commissioner Gabriel, I'm here representing the research and really happy to say that if we join our forces and strengths, we can achieve the result. And if we work together in a very close collaboration, we can achieve the targets sooner and better and with a higher impact. So, ladies and gentlemen, representative of the institutions and guests, we are here today to celebrate hydrogen valleys in a very wonderful location and in front of major actors of the European hydrogen community. We are here to showcase local initiatives, but driven from a continental approach. This is quite an important bridge between the European strategy and local territories where people are engaged, and in which industries are deploying technologies and local institutions are facilitating this deployment. As a representative of the European research community on hydrogen, I can assure you that European universities and research centers are working really hard to achieve scientific excellence and ensure that this knowledge is trickled down to the local territories, improving what is available today and even thinking to the next generation. We should keep a competitiveness in Europe even for the next future. The European research community also directly supports hydrogen valleys by helping their replication and their technology improvement, notably through new forms of integration like the digitalization, the artificial intelligence, the hybridization with other technologies, sources, applications, and with the inclusion in energy communities. We also ensure that lessons that are learned are transferred. We support the training of the future hydrogen workforce, and we engage with European citizens. Through our research activities, we are supporting impact through scientific excellence. This is really important to have numbers, methods, processes that are objective and validated at all. We can also advise policymakers when they are elaborating strategic territorial and industrial plans. As innovators, we are not only researchers, we are even innovators, some of us. We are also proposing to enhance technology centers and operate them at a relevant industrial scale. We have a lot of them growing down to the local territories, supporting the local territories themselves, hand in hand with the skilled engineers and with the new forms of collaboration with the industrial sector itself, co-design, co-development of the technologies, joint innovation labs. Through these new forms of joint collaboration, we can achieve better results and faster. This will be of a paramount importance to solve industrial challenges regarding hydrogen technologies, namely the improvement of performances and simultaneous reduction of material use, but also the large-scale manufacturing of hydrogen technologies, ultimately increasing their competitiveness. All these activities undertaken by the European research community will create a confidence for investors and decision makers that hydrogen solutions are viable technically and economically. Looking at the challenges ahead, we can improve the awareness for the industries about what is working properly and what should be improved through additional research and development efforts. This is a major feedback we should have from these territorial projects that could guide an aggregated effort, industry and research together to improve. Finally, hydrogen valleys will drive the demand for a skilled workforce to concretely implement hydrogen in a local ecosystem. By providing information on the skills needed, they will give valuable information on where to concentrate the training efforts for the hydrogen sector as a whole. I'm fully convinced that collaboration makes a difference, and as Hydrogen Europe Research, we will be always open for that. I wish you all a wonderful event here at the Auto Awards.
Thank you very much, Luigi, for these also great and supporting words. And actually, after now we heard all those supporting words from Hydrogen Europe Research, and also from the permanent representation, I would like to ask the Commissioner now to give some closing remarks, please.
Thank you very much, Bart. I will be very, very brief because, first of all, thank you very much for all your insightful contributions and inspirational words. Maybe the conclusion will be only 3 key words. First, invest. We need to continue to invest heavily in research and innovation and education, because if today Europe has strong position, that was exactly because for many years we invested in research and innovation. But we need to continue this, because no one knows where we'll be in 10 or 15 years, but what we know is that with this investment in research and innovation, we can be better prepared for the future challenges. Second keyword, cooperation. That's what we need. We need on one side, for sure, to accelerate the transition from knowledge to innovation, from research to the implementation, and how locally we can improve the impact. But for that, we need to collaborate. Collaborate between research and industry, between regions and universities. And here we have, I think, a very, very, very brilliant model that's possible. And that's possible everywhere, not only in the usual suspect countries or regions. And that's what we need to continue to improve. And final keyword, act. We don't have time to continue only to discuss about our beautiful ambitions, about our beautiful results and data or examples. What we need is by investment, with cooperation and collaboration, to act and to see that everywhere in all our regions in Europe, with this cooperation and this investment with research, innovation and education, we can show that hydrogen valleys are key for a European leadership in this new hydrogen economy. So, final word. It's not up to you to tell me Blagodaria. It's up to me to tell to every one of you, Blagodaria. Thank you very much, because I learned from you, I'm inspired from you, but that's what I need today. Every one of you on board in order to repower the European Union with the hydrogen valleys. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Commissioner. And I think the key words are absolutely very inspiring to all of us. Before we move on to our next session, maybe it would be a very nice moment to do a little picture moment, because we are here also thanks to many inspiring companies that are contributing also to this exhibition that we will be visiting later. So before we move on, could I actually invite all the colleagues who have a wonderful red lanyard with a sticker on it? Thanks to you, this event is really extremely inspiring. Could I please invite you to come up to the stage here so we can have a picture also with the Commissioner?
You can be in the middle.